Welcome to week 10 of the app. No, it's not the app show.
Twitterati.
We've already moved into Twitterati.
Is it Twitterati?
I'm at PCM Creative.
I'm Phil Campbell, I think.
And we're losing our mind.
Woohoo!
So,
hello.
At the time that people watch this,
I'll be drunk.
Well, you'll be heading to Chicago.
No, I'll be drunk.
You'll be drunk.
I'll be still heading to Chicago, but I'll be drunk.
Hashtags and following the activity on the ground. So, what's your process? I mean, you can't tweet whilst you're flying.
No.
So
that's a good place to start, actually. So when I'm on the plane, I'm absolutely super excited about getting there, and I'm thinking about what my evening is going to be like, who I'm staying with. Also, because I've jet lagged to hell, I'm going to be waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So when you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and nobody wakes up in that house for another 4 hours, you're sitting there, and the first thing to do when you get there is you ask for the Wi-Fi password, so that you don't wake up and sit on the sofa for 4 hours with a dog that's sitting at the end like, what are you doing here? You know, it doesn't know you at all.
So do you use
Birdhouse.
Just Wi-Fi, or do you take a...
So first of all, when I'm on the plane, I use Birdhouse. Birdhouse is an offline Twitter client that allows me to prepare tweets that I'm going to send. So I come up with ideas and thoughts on the plane of, oh, we should do this, or have you got this app, or hashtag SWX, or hashtag Chicago, or wherever I'm going to go, or whatever brewery. I'll look through my itinerary and I'll set a load of draft Birdhouse tweets up. When I've got connectivity, which is normally when I get into the airport, I might push a couple of those.
Yeah.
So as I get through security, as I pick my bag up, bang, 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 I don't have to think too much about standing there with the thing and tweeting because I'm jet lagged. All I have to do is bring the app up, look at my tweet, fire it out, and it's gone. And the good thing as well with Birdhouse, create yourself a draft with just the hashtag in, because then you can go back into it and edit that draft and write out the rest of the tweet. You don't have to put the hashtag on.
So will you be creating your own hashtag so you can follow your own media? Or
I think we'll be using the RVSX, I think, is hashtag RVSX, and then also SXSW. What's going to be very interesting this year is that at the same time that we're travelling, there is also a startup bus that is travelling from Chicago to Austin.
So you're going to be chasing?
We're either going to be chasing, or we're going to be tuned into what their startup ideas are, because they're going to be tweeting out and doing startup ideas.
You're doing some other.
We're the alternative version,
right?
So whenever they come up with a really smart idea, we're going to come out with a really stupid idea, or we're going to extrapolate their idea and take the piss out of it. So there might be some hijacking of hashtags going on, which will be interesting. And a lot of people going, who do you think you are? And like, we'll get the mystical geek lords onto us, but it'll be all good.
The Social Gandalf, because this is the launch of Social Gandalf, isn't it, going over there?
Yeah.
Has Social Gandalf got a Twitter account, or is it all still...
No, it's
Phil Campbell? It's
really a landing page for a mobile responsive landing page, and I just needed a title for it, and I feel like I'm going to transition DMouse, which is my temporary domain after selling from Medium to Twitter. It's where I'm going to be going to. Social Gandalf is going to be my blog in the future, because I really want to learn CSS3 and HTML5 again. And I think when I do that, it will be a completely custom theme that I built on Social Gandalf. But for South by, it will be a simple 30-second video, a link to all our websites, a map, some live stuff, and it will just be one page. It'll be really easy to look at on mobile.
So you've travelled down. Twitter is going to be sort of on the move, depending on what's there. Making media.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to your media making when you get to Austin? Are you going to be looking for old friends?
Yeah.
Hanging out in bars?
What tends to happen is that we'll probably on the 9th, when I get there on the morning, I've got 11 o'clock at CC's launch party for Amazing Things Will Happen. So I'll go there. There'll be a whole bunch of other people there that I know. Then what tends to happen is that people, before they leave, as they congregate around their phones looking for the best place to go to next, and it's the best place where Foursquare comes into its own is big events like Austin, because what you start to see on Foursquare is things get pushed to the top and it says this event is on fire right now. So people start to go to where the on fire things are. It's like, oh, I know such and such checked in. I know them. I haven't seen him. I'll go and see him. So there'll be a bunch of that. Also, there'll be people pushing out their event and using a separate hashtag for that. So I'll be doing search for those kind of hashtags, and then saying, oh, I want to come but I can't get in. Can you get me in? And sort of using the hashtag to get people to notice that I'm
and I usually run lists of different groups of people who are at South by. So I would imagine the Arts Council have got a contingency going. So I tend to try and track those people. Also, last year I had a list of people who weren't we aren't in South by list.
Yeah, there's one from
So-
London, isn't there? The James Watley and all that lot of run that thing. Don't
Are they running a we're not in South by list?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of activity if you're a social
It's
media
a
tech
meltdown.
people.
It's a meltdown.
Yeah,
That's
first
it for
year.
this week. We will catch up with you next week. That's
Have
it.
a great time.
I will. I am. I'm having it now. Bye bye.